As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. As our lives change, come whatever, we will still be fans forever. Greetings, geeks and geek girls. It is me. I am back for Arrow, the series finale. I'm sorry if that pre-intro was a little bit cringy, but I couldn't think of another way to talk about and bring it up. The end of an era. I mean, crap. This is the end of an era. Arrow is the show that started it all. Started the resurgence of superheroes, especially in TV form. We wouldn't have anything of what we have today without it. We wouldn't have Flash, Legends, Batwoman, Supergirl, the upcoming shows. We wouldn't have criminally underrated stuff like Krypton. Even though I didn't enjoy it, people did, and that's okay. Gotham we probably wouldn't have had. Hell, jumping to the ship, to other companies, we probably wouldn't have had the Netflix Marvel stuff. We probably wouldn't have had. Maybe we would have had Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Maybe. And we probably wouldn't have had the upcoming Disney Plus stuff because Arrow popularized superheroes on TV and also gave them a dark tinge, which means that stuff like The Boys and technically Umbrella Academy probably wouldn't have been a thing either. Yeah, it started it all. And as a big superhero fan, just in general of superheroes, kind of gets me a little choked up to think that we're at the end. I don't feel you guys should have to have a backstory before we jump into it, because you guys know the story if you're watching this probably. And honestly, this video would be even longer than it already is, which I can tell this is going to be a longer video. Without further ado, let's actually talk about it. Rip off the band-aid. So, spoiler alert, if you guys haven't seen it, go watch it, then come back and tell me what you think in the comments down below. This is going to be a big one, with a lot of cool things, so please, go watch it first. Don't get spoiled. This episode, we see that Dig is not really willing so much to give up Oliver's mission statement, even though we find out through Renee, Star City has no crime, like whatsoever. Apparently, when Oliver recreated this universe, he made it so that Star City was safe from crime. At least for the next 20 years or so. But he's just one man. A man with incredible power, but he's just one man. He did use that power, though, we find out that baby Sarah isn't the only thing that he brought back. In this universe, he was able to save Moira. And I'm going to go ahead and talk about the returns. All of them right now, just so I can get it out of the way. Apparently, Tommy never died. And in this universe, the Earth 1 version of Laurel still died. But before she did, her and Tommy got married. Somehow, they don't explain how, but Emiko is alive. Basically, Oliver brought back everyone that he could, except for Earth 1 Laurel and his father. And Earth 1 Laurel is not there because Earth 2 Laurel and his father isn't back because he wouldn't have become who he was without his sacrifice. He also apparently didn't bring back Shadow, but if he did, she's probably off in China with her father. So you never know. Maybe he did. Maybe he brought back Shadow and Yao Fei. You never know. But he brought back a lot of people. And as everyone's mourning Oliver's death, back to the story, Laurel decides that it's only right that since I almost called her Cat, Mia knew Oliver, that she should be at his funeral. So she takes the Wave Rider to time travel back in time, grab Mia. Of course, this is Mia post spin-off episode, so William is still missing. And as they come back and they're all mourning and beating up with each other, burp, 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 alarm goes off. Modern day William is missing. Everyone shows up. They call in the cavalry. Apparently, who's all here? You got Dig, Dinah, Laurel, Renee, Curtis, Roy, Thea, yes, Thea, Rory, yes, Ragman. They finally brought him back. And his powers are working again, so he can become a vigilante again. Felicity, she comes back. Of course, Mia. So, I believe that's it. That's still 10 people. So, of course, they go looking and they find him. And it's Mia who finds him. All on her own. And we find out that it's actually the person who kidnapped William is actually the first dude on Oliver's list that he didn't kill. And that's because of Dig, which we see in flashbacks to OG Season 1 scenes we didn't see between Oliver and Dig. It's really cool and really feelsy. Which also, speaking about feelsy, meanwhile, while that's going on, Roy proposes to Thea. So that's something, but we'll get back to that. Because Mia's dealing with this situation, and the guy even lets... Mia's like, I could put an arrow right through you. Let him go. And so he lets William go, and he says, put an arrow through me. My life was ruined. He thought he saved me, but I spent 8 years in Iron Heights. And Mia's like, he didn't kill you, so I won't. But you are going back to prison. And apparently, the news was filming this situation. And now they've said that we know that Green Arrow was Oliver Queen and that he died. So clearly Oliver Queen inspired a new generation of heroes. Just like, aww, because that's also his daughter. There are a lot of aww moments in here. Then we have a lot of interpersonal moments where Thea and Roy talk. Oh yeah, I totally forgot. Oliver brought back Quentin too, who is now mayor. And Dig, we find out that him and Lila have a moment beforehand where when William is kidnapped and she's like, he did all of this to bring back our family. What if we can't do the same? It's basically confirmed that the reason why baby Sarah's here is because Oliver made the conscious decision to bring her back when he created this new universe. How feels But yeah, so she got a new job, and he's gonna follow her. But fate may have another plan for him. We'll get there. Because then we have to have the funeral. Basically, everyone shows up. Unfortunately, we don't get Manu back, which is disappointing. Or Selena Jade, Shadow, or the guy who played Yao Fei. But beyond them, like, everyone comes back. We finally, after 8 seasons, get to see a scene with the Al Ghul sisters, which it just hit me while watching it. This is the first time they've had a scene together. Then it gets a little awkward when Sarah comes up. Also, when I say everyone is at the funeral, this actually includes Kara and Barry, which it really hit me, especially Barry, seeing him and Felicity together. Ow! Ow! Diggle gives the eulogy, and it's really sad, but really sums up the hero that Oliver was. It's really sad. We also, I forgot to say earlier, get a moment where we get to see the origins of the Green Arrow statue. And it's really, Quentin gets to give a speech about Oliver, and it's really sad but really good and hits you in the feels. That's this whole episode in a nutshell. Then we get to see everybody go off on their, post-show stuff. Mia goes back home. Sarah returns to the Wave Rider. Dinah leaves city, because we know that she doesn't really. Then, out beating around the bush, we see Dig. He's packing up the kids, ready to go and all that. But then he sees a rock headed towards Earth. Which I heard rumors about this, but I was like, no, they're not doing that. Are they? And it lands right in front of him, knocks him back into his van. But then when he eventually does get up, it's a box. And he opens up the box, and it's got a green glow. We don't see a ring, we don't see a suit, but we know exactly what the fuck's going on. Green Lantern John Diggle! Woo-hoo-hoo! And that means that this universe of shows is not done with John Diggle. And then he can come back in other shows and appear as the Green Lantern. Woo! That's awesome. Anyway, we also find out where Monitor took Felicity back in an earlier episode. Her last episode, before now. And that's, he took her to Oliver's afterlife area. Which I hope, as Spectre Oliver, he can leave and go as he pleases. And for now, he just pleases to stay there. And it's a recreation of when they first met, which we find out is not when he asked for her help earlier. But when he came back to Star City during the flashbacks with the horrible wig, he saw her in the mom's office. They even have a red pen, which is just like, aww. But I'm gonna end it there. Holy shit, this is gonna be hell to edit. But thank you guys for watching. Next time you see me will be for back to regularly scheduled stuff with Riverdale. I hate that I have to go from this to that. Thank you guys for watching. Till next time and beyond. Take this last minute to say thank you, Beth Schwartz and Mark Guggenheim, Stephen Amell, everyone else that had a hand in Arrow. I sincerely just want to say thank you.